Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Kids Talk of Kids Creation TV. Today, I will be discussing with you, dear audience, a really important topic that is really neglected and it's overlooked many a times, but this is something really important and many of us don't think really deeply about it when we really should. But then again, people who understand it, they don't want to believe it, they don't want to understand it even though they know it's true, because it's about time. There are some things in the world that if we think more deeply about, it can completely change our lives. Time is something like that. The Holy Quran, the holiest and purest book of all, we know that this is a complete code of life. It shows us the right path. It directs us to the right path, and it shows us where to go. There isn't a problem in this whole universe, this whole of the earth, even our people's lives, and we have such a variety of problems, but none of the problems they don't just exist. And it's not like any problem that exists doesn't have a solution in the Holy Quran, because it always does. And there isn't a question in the whole wide world that doesn't have an answer in the Holy Quran. It just can't exist, because the Holy Quran, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's words in a book, and it is the complete code of life. So it just has to have the solutions to our problems, and it just has to have the answers to our questions. The Quran focuses very deeply on time, even though many of us people don't. What is time? First of all, time is basically our life. Now, what is our life? Our life is the compilation, all the time, the little measurements of time, seconds, nanoseconds, minutes, hours, days, months, years, decades. When they're all compiled together, we get something that's known as life. And life has been given to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we don't know for how long, but He has given us life, so let us be thankful for this gift. About time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said in the Holy Quran, in a surah called Asr, Surah Asr, He swore on time there, and He said, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. وَالْأَسْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, where it says that He swore on time, and He said that destruction for all humans is not avoidable. It will happen, it's bound to happen. Destruction for all humans, except for those who help out each other, who have a strong iman, who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and who have patience when hard times are there. Subhanallah. So we have to follow these requirements, and inshallah there will be no destruction for us, because these are the humans who have no destruction even when all others will have it. Now there's another thing, one ayat that I think is really worth mentioning here. It's important, and that is in Surah Ibrahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself said that if you were to count all the blessings I gave you, you could never finish. Subhanallah, and that is so true. And one of the most important blessings He has given us is time. Because what is our life? It's time. And without time, we couldn't have a life. And time is like a river. That is such a famous quote, such a famous saying by so many people. And if someone, we use it all the time. Time is like a river. Time is like a river. We all know that. But what does it mean? Time passes like a river. Like, for example, a certain part of the water you're touching in a river, but you can't touch it another time because it will flow away. Time is exactly like that. When it's gone, it's gone. You can't have it back. Time is that. But we are all sent with a different purpose, with a different amount of time in this world. How do I explain it? Example. An exam hall. For example, you get 2 to 3 hours of time in the exam hall. And there are some types of students who get their question papers, and someone probably wastes their time. They think, I don't need this 3 hours. So they just waste their time. Someone thinks there are answers out for the 2 whole hours. And the other person, he or she writes fluently. He's just thinking about it and writing, not wasting any time. Now, their consequences they'll get because of their doings are when the results are there. And of course, the he or she, the person who didn't waste any time will get the best results. That's for sure. In this world, it's the exact same thing. Except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us all with a purpose and a different question paper than in an exam hall. All the students have the same question papers, but in this world, we all have a different purpose. There's a purpose for our existence. So the next time you think, why do I exist? That's the answer. You're special. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent you with a special purpose. He sent everyone with a special purpose because their existence is important and they have to do that special, for that special purpose, they have to complete and achieve their goals within that time. How do we know what time? It may be 65 years, it may be 100 years. We see so many people living to a millennium. And then some people, they die at such a young age. Some die right after birth. Some die at 50, 40, 30. We don't know how much time we've been sent with in this world. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who knows. But we can't just risk it, right? We can't just sit idle in a chair for the most of our lives and just think, how much time have I been sent with? Because that will be wasting our time. We don't have to take any chances. We don't have to take any risks. Let us start our good deeds from today. And let us pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time so that He lets us not waste our time, so we can spend and use our time wisely. And let us all pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that we can all spend our time, our lives praying for Him. We can do good deeds, we can listen to Him and the instructions of the Holy Quran, the instructions of Islam, the instructions of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and let us all pray to Allah that we can spend our lives being a good Muslim, because we don't know how much time do we have. Only Allah knows. I am repeating it for this time more. Just once again, time is like a river. Remember that you're special. So let us all complete our purpose. Because why sit idle when we do have a special purpose and a mission to complete? Thank you. Inshallah, we will meet again in another episode of Kids Talk of Wonderful Kids Creation TV with another brand new topic. And until then, stay safe, stay happy. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.